Hotep everyone, this is Bastmuttepta. I apologize for the black and white. I just look like complete crap right now, so I decided that I would put a filter on so it hide some of the ickiness. But anyway, this is my second week of the letter C, and today I'm going to be talking about charity. Um, the reason why I consider this to be a spiritual topic is because charity and giving back and community service is a really big part of my personal practice and my faith. Um, I believe that it is our duty as human beings to help each other, to help everyone. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're a part of your faith or not. Human life is valuable, and animal life is valuable. And just think that if you're in a position to, it's your responsibility to do what you can to help others. Whether that's monetary or physically putting yourself out there. You don't have to be rich to go and spend a day on the weekend or so helping out somewhere, helping out at a soup kitchen, or doing something like, a lot of the time they'll do like benefit walks and things like that for different causes. Those types of things really aren't that difficult to do, and they can really make a big impact. You might think that on your own, it's not that great of an impact, but if you really put your mind to it, it makes a huge difference. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, and I feel like it's important to bring up in regards to charity, is the concept of true charity and, I guess for the sake of giving it a term, fake charity. Now, regardless of a person's motives and what they do, the money that they give or the time that they give towards a cause, towards helping someone else, it's always going to be useful. It's not going to be like, well, because someone, approached giving this money in a bad way, that the money is not going to help. No. Regardless of a person's motivations, giving that charity does help. But to me, the concept of charity, true charity, is not getting anything tangible back in return, not getting anything and not expecting anything back in return. It's doing something simply because it's the right thing to do, simply because you're trying to help, simply because there's someone out there that needs it. And I can say wholeheartedly that a lot of people that do charity work and give money to charity and give time to charity do it for not so selfless reasons. I'm not saying everyone has to be a saint about it. I mean, sometimes people, well, it makes me happy to see other people happy. Well, that's great. Technically you're getting something back from that, and that's not a problem. But it's different when you start using charity as a status symbol or a bargaining chip and things of that nature. Like, well, I donated this much money to the library, and now, the library's going to have this section named after me or something. Like, to me, the idea of putting your name on a donation, I don't see why it's necessary. And honestly, I know I'm not the only one. I wouldn't want my name to be on something that I did like that. I wouldn't want it to be. If I donate something, I don't want my name to be on it, because then to me it's like, well, you're getting recognition for that. So you're getting something in return for what you did. And it's just, I feel like it takes away just a little bit from the selflessness of the act. It might not be anything done, in malice, but some people, not everybody, some people take it to the extreme. They brag about it like, I gave this much money, and or I do all of this great work and stuff like that. And it's like, the benefit of doing great works, of helping others, is that you've helped others. Not that you got your name on something, or you got recognition for something, or whatever. Those things are not important. They should not be the focus. And if anything, if you know you're getting something back from whatever charity work that you did that costs money, tell them not to do it. Like, as funny as it seems, like, if you've given a crazy amount of money to a cause, and they're gonna give you one of those little plaques or whatever with your name on it, and put it on some building or whatever, tell them not to do it. Because even that, is money going towards something that's not for them. It's for your recognition. So tell them, say no. Don't put my name on it. If anything, name it after someone who, either had some kind of historical tie to whatever's being named, or someone who, who has a real connection to that place, rather than someone who gave a bunch of money. To me, charity should be as selfless as possible in order for it to be considered true charity. If people are getting all this stuff back from it, it's not charity. And I think it needs to be said that this is different from things like, if you're raising money for something, if you're raising money for like a cause, and you have other ways of doing it, like bake sales and whatever, that's okay, because people are doing things specifically, to raise money, and they're giving you these things. So, I mean, if there's a bake sale, of course take a cookie or whatever, who cares? Like, don't say, I can't take the cookie. I can't. I wouldn't feel right about taking the cookie, Because it's not like they're going to be able to turn that cookie back into something monetary. It's already made. It's already there. They have to get rid of it anyway. So, obviously, I mean, that's one thing. But it irritates me sometimes that you'll see these names in the paper for donating money or doing things like that, and it's like, that's not the point. That's not what should be focused on. It's not why these things should be done. And I think it all comes down to what motivates people. We have this mindset of, whether we know it or not, of always thinking, what's in it for me? What do I get out of this? It's like, we're very, very selfish creatures, whether we try to be or not. It's always, what am I getting out of this? What's in it for me? How am I going to feel? How does it affect me? And, sometimes it's just, I don't know, it's just the way that we are, that we're, kind of, that's immediately where our mind leaps, whether we like to or not. But I think getting past that, and realizing in the scope of doing good works and doing charity and community service and giving back to the community, it has nothing to do with your own feelings, what you're getting out of it. It's not about you. It's about what you can do to help, not about what you get, or how it makes you feel, or how many people know that you're the one who did it. It's not important who did it. It's not important that you're the one who gave $1,000 to whatever cause. It's not important. My computer's trying to shut down again. It's not important that, you know, you're the one who rebuilt this thing for some organization or whatever. That's not, it's not important that you're the one who cleaned out this barn, or you're the one who raised all this money, or collected all these donations or whatever. That's not the important part. And you see it all the time. You see people using it as leverage for things, like politics, people using like all these things to further uh their popularity with the public. That's that's not why you do it. I mean, if anything, it's probably better if they don't talk about that stuff at all, because the way that people investigate politicians and things of that nature. People will find it anyway. They will dig and they will find it. And honestly, I think it'd be more to their benefit if someone found out by the wayside and said, "Oh, he's been doing all this stuff to help these people, and he didn't even talk about it. And we're just finding all this stuff." To me, that would be greater impact if he wasn't flaunting it, wasn't putting it out there, and then all of a sudden someone came out with all this stuff. I mean, it's like, wow, he really is selfless. So sometimes it's good to not try to gain the recognition, and somehow by the wayside you get it anyway. But don't go looking for it. Don't ask for it. And if you can't avoid it, I would. I mean, I don't want my name out there for doing things like that. It's not what charity is supposed to be. So, I think I'm done with my little rant. Next week will be D. I have no idea what I'm doing yet. I'll think about it. And that's it for now. Snap tea.